Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review of another horror film from the year 1982. And this time it is the underrated sequel, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I've always liked this film. I've never hated it like a lot of people do. And it still gets a low rating on IMDb, which I call bull. I'd rather have this movie 10 times over the Halloween 2018. Because Halloween 2018 to me is lazy, generic, does nothing new. This film, it does. It went for the fences, and sadly it got punished for it. Sad but true. I get what John Carpenter was doing, the whole thing where Halloween 2, Michael Myers' story ended. There's nothing more you could do with it. And it's like, hey, how about each year we have like an anthology franchise where each year it'd be a different story centered on the holiday Halloween. Which I would love to have seen what those would have been like. But because of the box office disappointment and mainly the critical and fan hate, you didn't get anything until, what, 1988? Halloween 4? The Return of Michael Myers. Which I like Halloween 4. But I also like this film too. And it's just sad that this film got so destroyed. Utterly destroyed. But yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace directed it. Who would go on to direct the 1990 miniseries It. I thought Tommy Lee Wallace did a great job directing. The score, I think, is awesome and creepy and very atmospheric by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. Alan Howarth, he works fairly well with John Carpenter. And again, the score they created is a fantastic score. And the plot was interesting. The fact that Dan O'Herlihy, the old man in RoboCop 1 and 2, he is this head of this company that makes the Halloween mask featured here, these three. Silver Shamrock, which you hear their commercial jingle, 8 more days till Halloween, 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 8 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock. And then by the third act you find out they have like Stonehenge and witchcraft and sacrifice and to play a trick on the children, and that during this TV special that the children who are wearing these things will turn into fucking bugs and snakes crawling out of their head, and after their head is fucking melted. I mean, a mass ritual sacrifice of millions of children is pretty ballsy stuff for a plot. And I do applaud it for that. The cast, you got Tom Atkins, who did a fantastic job. Did a fantastic job in the lead role as this doctor. And the reason he gets involved is because this guy's taken to the hospital and he's trying to treat him. And then one night this man in a suit fucks the guy's skull up, which looks like really like, like he doesn't like crush it, it just rearranges it, which is gruesome. It's like fucking shit, as a friend of mine would say, fucking shit. And Tom Atkins chases the guy, and the guy douses himself with gasoline, lights himself up, and him and the car blow up. So Tom Atkins and then this girl who was the daughter of the guy who died, Stacey Nelkin, they try to figure out what's going on and leads them to this town. I know one of the influences of this film for the director was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like the pod people. Just because like these things, which they're androids, but you know, they have no emotion like the pod people did. I know a good friend of mine, Michael Keane, the choice voice. He finally saw this film not too long ago. He quite enjoyed it, which was very cool. And he said an interesting thing that it reminded him of a Twilight Zone episode, which I haven't seen much of the show, sad to say, but the bits I've seen of it, I can definitely tell what he means by this. And the movie's not long at all. At least it did not feel long at all. I thought it had a great mood and atmosphere. Tommy Lee Wallace, again, he did a nice job directing. You could tell he definitely learned a couple things from John Carpenter on how to create mood and the widescreen format, and that's also helped by Dean Cundy, the director, the DP, who also worked on Halloween 1 and 2, so the nice use of the widescreen format. And also it gives you the visceral moments too, like this homeless guy that gets his fucking head torn off, which is pretty gory. There's this family that's used as test subjects, and you see the kid has like a pumpkin mask, and his face, like the mask gets, pretty much his face melts, and you don't see it, but you get the idea because the mask is like doing this as if there's nothing left in there. Then the kid tips over, and it's just bugs and centipedes and snakes come out of it, and it kills a kid, which it is a ballsy fucking plot. It's a ballsy idea, and they got punished for it. Tom Atkins, he's likable. He's the regular guy that we can all relate to. Dan O'Herlihy, he did a nice job as the villain. I loved his speeches, like when he has Tom Atkins tied down in the chair, and Dan O'Herlihy is explaining why he's doing this, or more like what's happening. And then they do a nice nod to the original Halloween because that's playing on TV. So I thought that was a nice sort of fun nod to the original film. Actually, this is the shot with the kid with the pumpkin mask, which I'm sure freaked out some people when they saw this when they were kids. I didn't see this when I was a kid, sadly, because you're always told, don't see that film, it sucks. There's no Michael Myers, that film sucks, don't see it. But then when I saw it, I'm like, this is pretty good. And this was I remember this being the original cover. And probably as a kid, I was a bit confused, like, wait a minute. Halloween's Michael Myers, but that doesn't look like anything Michael Myers. Is Michael Myers a demon now? What, huh? What's going on? In retrospect, now that I think about it, this is kind of a lame poster. I mean, I really love this movie, but this poster is kind of lame. I mean, what is this demon face that's not in the movie? Then you have these three kids that look like they're... I mean, granted, this is in the movie. There's like a quick shot with kids going off in Halloween, but maybe people are like, is it about three killer kids, or are these kids going to kill people? I hate to say this is a lame fucking poster. I mean, this is definitely a better poster, a better cover. I mean, if you're seeing the film, what does this really tell you as a poster? I never thought of that before. I was just looking, I'm like, you know what, that's not really good marketing. And I mean, I maintain that if this film was called just Season of the Witch, I know there's a George Romero film years before called Season of the Witch, but there's been many films that have had the same title, so just call it Season of the Witch, and it would not have that low rating on IMDb. It would not have been so hated on as it has become. And come on. I mean, nowadays, it's not like you're tricked nowadays with the advantage of the internet, where it'll take you a minute just to look it up. Oh, that's what the movie's about. So why people hate it today, I have no idea. Because the cast work well, the premise is creepy, the atmosphere is rich, the score is fantastic, Tom Atkins is great as the lead, and the ending I actually enjoy. Because it's a question mark ending, in my opinion. Which, if people remember an old video, which is still up, that I did, where I ranted on this Ninja Turtle thing called We Wish You a Turtles Christmas. Just type in We Wish You a Turtles Christmas and I think my video will pop up somewhere. I do an ode to this film where I... Stop it. In fact, I don't know if that's still up. Might be. But yeah, this is a... That ending to me still works because it depends how you view it. If you're an optimist or a pessimist. If you're an optimist, he did it. And everyone was saved. Because, granted, if you look at it logically, what happens is he's on the phone and Tom Atkins is trying to tell them to cancel commercial, like cancel the programs. And he succeeds in canceling 2 of the channels, and it's like, okay, would they really listen to some random person calling, you need to stop. You need to stop it. Turn it off. Would they listen to some random person? No. They'd be like, okay, keep drinking that Halloween beer, man. Clink. But for a movie, I bought into it. I didn't realistically, it's like, no, these networks are not going to listen to some random podunk. You gotta believe me, I don't have any proof, but yeah, sure, buddy. Okay, I know you're drunk, or don't get high on your supply. But yeah, for a movie, you go with it. But it's a great way to end the film. You know, stop it, stop it, stop it! And it cuts away, and then it's up to you. Did it work? Did it not work? If he got 2 of them canceled, then yeah, he could have gotten the 3rd one. Easily. But I think it's still up. That video, I'm looking. But yeah, how do I put it? Oh, one issue I do have with the film is that in the 3rd act, the lady disappears. Because Tom Atkins gets captured, then, forgot her name already, Stacey Nelkin, she gets taken as well. Then you come to find out that she's an android. And I'm guessing she's an android because when they grabbed her, they must have very, very quickly killed her and made a fucking android that looks exactly like her in record time. Because if she was an android the whole time, why would she have been sexing them up and not killing them and doing all this stuff? You know what I mean? So, okay, if that's the case... When, in the 3rd act, Tom Atkins gets her, grabs her hand, and she's not stopping him. By this point, in the 3rd act, when we're watching the film, it's like, okay, when you do a rewatch, she's an android. Why is she not stopping Tom Atkins when he's throwing these buttons and fucking up everything, fucking up the central control? Dan or Hurley, he dies, and he does that sort of clap. Why is the girl, who at this point is an android, why is she not stopping Tom Atkins? Why is she just watching, letting him do it, and then tries to kill him only afterward in the car? You would think before he's even throwing this shit out to stop them, that she would try to, you know, do something, try to take his head off, steal, you know, do something, but it doesn't. But yeah, so that's one thing that I'm like, in retrospect, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is that happening? You know, why is that a thing? Why is that, how do I put it? I know I'm stalling here, but I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, why is the android not stopping Tom Atkins when he's stolen the shit and everything destroyed? It just doesn't make sense. So I don't know if you needed... Did you really need the whole android and her being an android? Not really. Does it just create more questions? And I don't think the twist is really worth it for that. You could have easily just had be Tom Atkins and the girl. Like, the girl gets the 2 kids and she's staring, and you didn't even need to do all that. So, yeah, it just creates more questions than... And so the idea, that's really one of my only complaints about it. But still, very solid horror film. An ending that I thought to do an ending with a question mark, with the, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambiguous. That's the right way of doing it. And your mind can pick which direction it is. But anyway, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think it's a great underrated sequel. I guess the best way to... I don't even know if this will do it. Well, here you go. Figure out the best way of doing this. Still remember this. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Listen, I hate to tell you, but some fucked up people and fucked up shit, some fucked up shit go on every fucking channel. If you don't turn off, kids are gonna see every goddamn brain cell in their head is going to explode and piss down their pants. Okay, you gotta shut it off. Okay, shut it off. Oh shit, it's on another channel, okay? You gotta fucking shut that off too, okay? It's singing, rap. Rap. Say it again. Rap, okay? The shit don't fucking rhyme that well. Rap and rap. What kind of fucking rhyme is that? Shut it off, shut it off, shut it off. It's almost here. I've been rapping all night long. Oh shit. I'm hoping we sing my favorite Christmas song. It's still on, it's still fucking on. Shut it off. Shut it off. La 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 la. Shut it off. Shut it off. La 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 la. Santa Claus will... Shut it off. Shut it off. Shut it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Then there's my ode to Halloween 3 from way, way back in the day. Oh. so what can I say? I mean, that right there shows I am a fan of Halloween 3. So thanks for watching, take care, and we will see you in another video later.